G'day everybody, SizDog here for Nostalgia Button. In today's video, we are talking everything The Undertaker, going through all of my Undertaker collection. The first one, Dan Cat, is his Hasbro figure.
This is one of his earlier ones?
This is his earliest figure that I own in my collection. This one sometimes came with the coat, and he has his action that still works, which is pretty cool. Boom.
Punches ya.
He punches like boom, boom. Bang. Yeah. Wow. Such a cool figure, very nostalgic. I love the detail on his face. Like, check out his eyes. They're so creepy. So the paint application's just great.
He's a redhead.
Well, I think there's actually versions where he's got brown hair. And this one...
the actual Undertaker, he is a redhead, isn't he?
I think it's more of a light brown. I don't think it's like fiery, fire crotch redhead or anything.
No, he's
like
not
that.
a Fanta pants, but it's more red. It's more red than more red than brown.
I think maybe you're thinking of Kane. I think Kane has like more of a reddish tinge to his hair.
Moxley has red hair.
Yeah. Let's just rattle off all our favourite redhead wrestlers while we're here. Sheamus, you can't go wrong with Sheamus.
Sheamus is a redhead.
He's red, man.
But he's Irish, so
exactly.
The chances of him being a redhead were pretty high.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, astronomically high. So I'm going to go to now the Mattel retro of The Undertaker.
Which is very similar to that one.
Yeah, it is. So this one's depicting with the grey gloves and grey like kick pads, I guess you could say, but this is the classic purple gloves, and I've got a great purple gloves Undertaker story. My mum would wear purple gloves when she would do the dishes as I was growing up, and whenever I saw them, I'd always joke with her. I'd say, "Hey mum, you wearing your old school Undertaker gloves today?" And we'd get a good chuckle. But
well, you can still buy them. They're like the Mansell brand.
I've worn them.
They're purple dish gloves.
And I feel like I'm the Undertaker when I'm doing the dishes.
If you need a, for your cosplay,
then all you got to do is
just
go to Coles or Woolies if you're down under and just grab yourself some purple gloves. This is our bendy Undertaker figure.
He's looks quite dead.
Yeah.
He's very pale.
They went with a really grey paint application for this Undertaker figure. We saw Kane's one last week, and this one does actually have a signature. So apparently the dead man could write his signature, but Kane couldn't. Who knew?
What do you mean a signature?
So there's a signature on the back.
Ah.
Yeah, The Undertaker.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Such a cool figure. This one is a silly slammer, I think. I might be getting that wrong. But it would make a noise back in the day, but the battery in is gone. I have a Triple H one of these, and I also believe I have a Mankind one.
Of course you do.
No, Dude Love.
Of course.
Which we will eventually get to. Yeah. I actually have two of the Dude Love ones.
Of course you would. Why wouldn't you?
Well, I had one, and then JAKKS was selling one for $10. I'm like, JAKKS, I'm the mark for that. I'll grab another one. And they're all different because they actually are tie-dyed. But anyway, we're not talking about Dude Love today. That's for another day. This is a JAKKS Pacific Slammer Undertaker with this awesome caricature style face. Yes, and it's got that Undertaker logo on his vest, which I actually have in sticker form as well.
Yes, you do. Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, from 1999 Titan Sports.
And you've never actually used it?
No, never. And this cool Undertaker sticker as well, while we're on the sticker train. And I've got this giant one too. This one is a bone crunching buddy. He's huge. I'll put him in this camera for everyone because he's...
So you could use him as a soft toy, give him a cuddle at night time if you're scared. He'll keep the badges away.
Yeah, imagine cuddling him as a kid. So this is kind of like the 90s version of the Hasbro soft toy plush toys that they had, which I don't have any of them, but they've got a bit of a resurgence now with the Major Pod releasing their own. But this is the bone crunching buddy. And I love it. It's got great deco on the sides. There's his logo again. And then the other logo. I never noticed that.
Does he crunch?
It was a logo
like
he used.
That bone cruncher you shared last week?
Good question. He does.
He does. Well, hence why he's a bone cruncher.
Oh my god, I never knew that.
How could you not know that? It's
Well, I don't play with them. Look at this.
Of course. Why would I play with my toys?
I'm a 42-year-old man.
Only.
Yeah, they're in their cabinet. So I keep looking over here because I actually have a bone crunching buddy figure in its box. It's not the Undertaker, but
it's my favorite.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. I found this on the internet. Again, it's massive, so I'll keep showing you in this camera here. Very recently, and it's in incredible condition, so I snapped that up.
He's my favourite wrestler, Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. We'll do a Stone Cold video eventually as well.
Not that I have any Stone Cold figures.
I buy you some sometimes.
You do, but they're yours. They're not mine. But in terms of, like, you know, if you have a favourite wrestler,
yeah, Stone
Cold's my favourite.
Stone Cold is your favourite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was he your favourite?
No, I just liked him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just that glass hit.
Yeah. Attitude.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
I feel like we're talking about other wrestlers too much. This is the Undertaker video.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I love it. So here is like a tiny little figure I found in a lot. It is definitely the Dead Man. More of a new school look. I'll look it up and I'll find out what it is on the bottom. So there it is there.
Because he went back to this look. He went away from this look for a while.
He did. We're going to go to his other look in a minute. But this is just a tiny little one. There he is. Here, I'm going to stick with the new school and then I'll go back to old school to finish. So here's another new school Undertaker where he shaved his head. It's a basic figure.
Lots of tattoos.
Lots of tattoos. The Undertaker loves the tattoos. There they are there. That's a cool one. I like that. So this one I picked up. I haven't unboxed this one because this depicts the Boneyard match.
It's mid.
This is mint, as we learned last week. Mint in box. This is depicting his final ever match in 2020 with AJ Styles. That classic COVID era match where they just filmed all of the matches. And I had to pick this one up just for the history of wrestling. I thought this was a cool one to have in the collection.
Match though, too, wasn't
It was really fun. I really did it.
Him?
He buried him, yeah. Absolutely. He buried him.
As in he
actual grave. He didn't
him.
bury him, you know, as they say in the wrestling community. Let's just go here to another boxed figure. This is the Undertaker Best Comeback 10th Anniversary Raw, where he is the American Badass.
When he would come out on his Harley Davidson.
Sorry, I'm covering your face there.
That's
sorry.
Okay.
He'd come out on his Harley Davidson,
yep,
yes. Was it actually a Harley?
Yeah, and it was to Rollin' by Limp Bizkit.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
What?
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Yeah.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Come on. Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
And you know you've been digging this right here.
L-I-M-P.
Biscuit is right here. All the people put your hands in the air, because if you don't care, then we don't care.
1, 2, 3, top, move to the 6.
Keep going, I don't know anymore. But the biscuit would you? You got too much swearing. We can't say.
We got to stop.
But yeah, that's what he would come out to, and I liked it.
It was a censored version. It was.
Yeah, it was
they
censored. They
re-recorded a version for the Undertaker that was TV safe. Didn't have any swearing in it.
Yeah.
We're just singing the one
that we would hear at the pool hall.
Yeah.
No, but I loved American Badass Undertaker. I think some wrestling fans look back at it in a bad way, but I don't. I thought it was cool, like Attitude Era, you know, early noughties, you know.
For me, it was
American
nice
Badass. Forget about it. Love it.
He wasn't as scary.
Yeah, he was just kicking ass and taking names.
He was really scared. Especially when he would do that thing where he would roll his eyes back in his head. Disconcerting for a young guy.
Like we do this gimmick.
You do that one.
Yeah.
But he could roll his whole eye back. It was just whites.
Yes. He
creepy.
Committed to the gimmick.
He did.
This one here is depicting Attitude Era Undertaker. He had the high ponytail, as Jericho did when he debuted. I have a Mattel Elite style championship belt on this one because he was the champion with that belt, the Winged Eagle belt. Just a cool fig. Really loved that one. So I picked that one up. All right, let's go to the JAKKS specific figures now. This one, I believe, is a slammer. Now, last week...
So these are older figures, because JAKKS did the figures earlier on.
HASBRO, JAKKS, Mattel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why he's an older kind of depiction of the Undertaker.
Yeah, well, not at the time. This was what he looked like when this figure was released in the 90s. Yes. So last week we had the Kane slammer figure. This week, he's got a kick. He's got a kick
Kane
function.
did his arm.
Yeah, Kane did the arm. And Undertaker, hey, kick, kick. Like that. So yeah, hours of fun for any kid who had this in the 90s. Kicking. I believe this one is one that I had as a fan back then, but it might not be this actual one, but I definitely remember owning this. This one, I loved even back then, JAKKS even did the tattoos. They're kind of rubbed off on this version, but I've always thought that was a cool detail that they added to these bone crunches.
They aren't like the exact tattoos. They're not exact copies.
They tried their best though. They didn't just write random tattoos. They tried to make it look like what he had.
But you were saying like with the CM Punk tattoos, some of them had to be changed because of like copyright and stuff.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any copyrighted ones, so they just did all of them as normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm unusual.
That's all right. Yes, you are. Absolutely. And before I get to my final and my favourite, I wanted to mention that we actually have an Undertaker tombstone in our house because, you know, why not? There it is there. For Halloween, I painted this up, and this goes out the front of our place so the kids in the neighbourhood realise that, yes, we are a Halloween-friendly house. Yes, they can get candy at our house. Okay. Not really a nostalgia button worthy, but it's more of my favourite because it doesn't really hit any nostalgic hits for me, this figure, but I just think it's cool.
It's not an actual thing that he did in the wrestling.
No, so this is a mashup. Mattel did this cool mashup of The Undertaker and Ghostbusters. He comes with this Slimer-esque title winged eagle belt, which is really, really cool. He's translucent, so if you hold this one up to the sun, you can kind of see even in this light, he is see-through. Yeah, he's totally see-through. Look at his eyes there, so menacing. And again, the tattoos are even there as well. Just such a cool figure. I love this one so much.
Hey, no Undertaker, only Zoom.
You're putting in the Ghostbusters gimmick, Dan.
Is that right? Is that who he's meant to be?
No, he's just meant to be a ghostly version of The Undertaker.
Oh, so he's not meant to be like the big bad?
No, there's no, like, this doesn't exist in reality. This is just purely because they were able somehow, because maybe Mattel have the Ghostbusters license, so they said, let's do a mashup. And so I love this so much that I got it on card or in box as well. There it is there. The slime coming down, you know, and even on the back is the Undertaker as the big bad with the heroes, you know, all facing off against the Undertaker. There he is on the side of the artwork as well.
And you have all the wrestling heroes too, don't you?
I do. I will give you an image of those now in my collection. It's Stone Cold, it's John Cena, it's The Rock, and it's Shawn Michaels. When there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? The ectoplasmic Undertaker rises from the grave to claim the WWE Championship for the land of the dead. So John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels strap their proton packs to their backs to bring the title back to the WWE universe. Yeah. So that is my Undertaker collection. A lot smaller than other parts of my wrestling and pop culture collections, but...
Is that just because you haven't had the opportunity to collect as many, or his figures are more expensive, or you don't feel as connected, like you don't feel as connected to him as like you did with Kane, or
I think
like
it's that
Mankind and stuff?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a Taker fan by proxy. By being a wrestling fan, I'm also a Taker fan. A lot of people just love The Undertaker. I love The Undertaker, don't get me wrong, but he's not one of my favorites. Having said that, I somehow have amassed this massive, or not massive, but a pretty good collection, pretty decent.
It's double figures.
Yes, and it goes over his whole time frame. Really, there's not an era of The Undertaker that is not represented. It's from his, you know, one of his first figures to one of his last, or the last figure. I'm sure there's going to be more Undertaker figures after this, but this is where he wrestled last. He is retired. I'm wearing the WrestleMania 33 hoodie, where he faced off against Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns beat him, and he left his hat and his boots and in the ring to allude to the fact that he was going to retire. He obviously didn't. He ended up retiring in 2020. And I'm lucky he didn't, because the very next year was 2018, which I shared last week. I got to see the dead man wrestle. I'll pop that image in again here with Kane as the Brothers of Destruction. So I and you can say we have actually seen Kane and the Undertaker wrestle in real life, which is pretty cool.
We have. Did we see him wrestle in like 2002 as well?
I don't think he came out for
he
that.
Didn't come out for that.
No, he only came out for the big payday, which was the MCG.
And what is one of your favourite Undertaker moments?
I think just my favourite Undertaker moment would have to be his run as the American Badass, when he'd come out to that song and it was just, you know, a big pop and he was really, really over as that character. Or just his run with Mankind, Hell in a Cell. Oh, dude, no, that's it. Yeah, absolutely. Hell in a Cell, Mankind, 1998.
Everyone, even if you're not a wrestling fan, you would
know that.
Know
iconic match. Yeah. So that's probably my favorite Taker moment. And he actually wrestled that whole match with a broken toe. And everyone always, you know, thinks, oh, you know, Mankind gets thrown off cell. Yeah. Taker was wrestling hurt as well, okay, people? So let's just take a moment to understand this guy's a legend. Throw Taker, Mankind off the cell, and we will go through that again when we talk about Mankind.
Maybe Mankind lost his tooth, but he had a broken toe, so...
Exactly. Ended up in his nose. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Nostalgia Button, talking about all things The Undertaker. Please...
You're not going to ask me what I like about The Undertaker?
You already told us. You said the eye roll.
I said that freaked me out.
Oh, okay. What do you like about it?
I like the part where he would walk across the top rope. Isn't that him? Didn't he do that one?
Yes, he did. And Michael Cole would always be like, "We're going old school," and he would hit them.
Because he's such a big guy.
Yeah,
to do that kind of agile move of walking along the rope and then, you know, doing whatever he does to the person's arm. I always thought that was pretty cool.
I agree. Yeah, that was also one of my favourite moments, The Undertaker. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe with your bell notifications turned on so you can stick with us here on Nostalgia Button each week as we go through action figures and everything nostalgic.
Yeah, we've hit 100 subscribers.
Thank you so much. 101 subscribers as of right now.
100 friends who join us. That's lovely.
Please keep reaching out, comment on the videos, like the videos, and keep subscribing if you haven't already. We are infectious. We love collectibles. I love collectibles. She puts up with it.
I love collectibles. No, hang on. He loves collectibles. I love him.
So,
you know.
By proxy, again, she's on board. Thanks again. We'll see you next time on Nostalgia Button. I can't do the eye roll. Can you do the eye roll?
No, I can still see the ceiling, so I think I can. We just looked really weird.
Bye! Bye!
What you buy this week? Did you get some toys instead of the groceries? I wanted this since I was a kid. Now I live in a box, but at least I chased the dream. I gotta intercept that package.